Not bad. Alright. It is time for the 2018 budget bow build. Well, I have finally completed the budget bow build for 2018. And I couldn't be more excited about how it turned out, actually. It turned out pretty sweet. I'm pretty excited with the whole setup. I'm glad to finally have my own bow. And the little backstory on it is that for the last about year and a half, I've actually been using my brother's bow, a Matthews Q2. One second. This was the bow that I was using. This is a Matthews Q2. It's like a 2002, I think. This was my brother's bow, and I was actually been using it for the last couple years. And this bow has taken a lot of deer. My brother's killed deer with it. I've killed three with it. It's a sweet bow. It's an awesome bow. It's an old reliable bow. But for once, I wanted my own personal bow. And that's why I decided to build my new one. So this is actually a used bow. It's an older used bow, and the reason why I wanted to go older used bow is because I wanted to put more money into the accessories. I actually traded for this bow. This bow, when I got it, was just the risers. It was the risers. It had a whisker biscuit on it. It had an older sight. It had, I ended up putting my own stabilizer on it. It was a good basic bow. It was a bow you'd buy directly off the shelf, and that's how it stayed and remained for quite a while. It's a 2011 Bowtech Soldier, so it's an older bow, but what I really liked about it is the binary cam system. If you can look on Matthews just got a solo cam on it. The draw cycle and being able to hold it back and the let off on this bow, being a newer bow and having that binary cam system just makes it a little bit easier. But we're not going to bore you about the technical stuff. Let's get into the accessory stuff. I decided to run Trophy Ridge accessories on this bow. So on the front, we'll start with the stabilizer, which I think is awesome. It's the new stabilizer by Trophy Ridge. It's the Hitman 10-inch stabilizer. On the front, it's got weights. You can take these off. You can unscrew these weights and they'll pop right off, and you can take as many as you want off. It's got color options, so if you don't want to run red, you can switch them out with yellow, orange, green, purple, whatever you want. But I decided to go a little bit longer. Stabilizer on the front, just, I don't know. I just wanted to try a longer stabilizer. I've always rocked like 6-inch, like this is like a Trophy Ridge stabilizer. It's like their 6-inch static, I think. It might even be less than 6-inch. It might only be 4-inch. Trophy Ridge came out with this new stabilizer. It's the Hitman stabilizer. It's their new stabilizer they released in 2018. And one of the coolest features about it is the disconnect. And to put it back on, you just slip it right back into this hole, and then you tighten it back down, and it cinches right up. It's got a mounting bracket on there, and you can see right there that little circle. That's where the disconnect actually is. The rest is the Trophy Ridge HX vertical drop away rest. I've never shot a vertical drop away. I've always wanted. I've always heard good things about getting your rest and out of the way so that arrow can have a free movement through, through the whole release pretty much. So I decided to go with a drop away. I have been shooting whisker biscuits for practically my whole life. If you're just getting into bow hunting or you're a beginner, whisker biscuits are perfect because they're perfectly, you don't have to touch them. And then finally, the important thing at the front of my bow is the Trophy Ridge React H4. They do have the H5, which I believe is a 5-pin sight. The H4 is only a 4-pin, but the H5 came out after the H4, if that makes sense. The H4 is a 4-pin, the H5 is a 5-pin, but the H5 was released after the H4. Now it should make sense. The rest, the Trophy Ridge HX rest, I actually got for like 65% off on Black Friday from the Trophy Ridge site. So that was like a steal. Put me way under budget what I needed to. And I didn't mention that, maybe I did mention that I did actually trade for this bow. So I had no money invested beginning into this bow, just I had money to put into the accessories. So the HX I got on a killer 65% off deal through trophyridge.com. I actually got this at Black Friday on Field and Stream. It was like $70, and then it was like another 25% off that $70 of the sale price. So I got a pretty killer deal on it. And the thing that I liked about this site is your 20-yard pin's always going to be zeroed out of the box. So once you come in, you just have to turn it left or right, but it's always going to be zeroed at 20 yards. Then your next pin down, your 30-pin sight, that one you set in up or down. Little Allen key wrench right here, you can see it says up or down. Whichever way you turn it means your pins are either going to get closer together or they're going to get farther apart. So that's how you sight in your 30-yard pin. And then once you sight in your 30-yard pin, your 40 and your 50 are automatically set. So you don't have to individually go and set those in. So it makes it really simple for if you're just getting a new sight and setting it up quick so you can shoot, or if you're a beginner, making it really easy to allow you to sight your bow in so you can spend more time shooting rather than sighting your bow in. And then finally, for the sticks and feathers that I went with some Carbon Express Maximum Reds. They just kind of tied into that red theme that my bowstrings have on my bow, plus you know, the different red accents between the React sight and the Hitman stabilizer. And it just kind of matched. I custom wrapped them with some Blaze vinyl wrappings, and then finished it off with some Blaze Red Tiger and White Tiger fletchings, because it makes a difference. Feel good, look good, shoot good. And then finally there at the end, finished it off with some Nocturnal strobing green and red Nox, which never shot lighted Nox before. I usually don't have the capability to, but it is nice to know that I have 6 arrows and they all have Nocturnals on it, which I struggled with the last year I shot actually finding the arrow that I shot them with. So hopefully this should help as far as lighting it up and me being able to see them. That is the 2018 budget bow build. Let's go shoot it. So we're here in the B. Bennett archery lane. Let's fling some arrows. Oh, no way. Oh, woo. My draw weight is only 60 pounds, which makes it really easy to draw it back and hold it back and keep it stable. I was shooting 70 pounds with the other bow, and 60 pounds is like, feels so good. Granted, this is only 12 yards, so take it as you will, but it is pretty nice to have a spot where you can draw your bow back, draw it back, and be able to fling some arrows at a certain spot on the target. So 12 yards, it'll work. So that's the 2018 budget bow build. I'm pretty excited about this bow to be able to have it, have a bow of my own to begin with, and to be able to kind of do whatever I want with it, as far as set up the stabilizer, put on whatever set I feel comfortable with, have the right draw length, which is very important with that old bow. I didn't have it tuned to me, so I was shooting to the bow rather than me shooting the bow and how it's set up for me. I was kind of doing the opposite and kind of changing my technique towards the bow. So it feels good to have a bow and some sick sticks with some sick feathers on it to be able to do whatever I want, take it deer hunting. I still have like 2 weeks left, 3 weeks left of deer season, and I still have a doe tag to fill. So hopefully over Christmas break I'll be able to fill that tag and kind of move forward and hopefully do it with the new setup, which is what I want. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for checking out the video. Make sure to like, make sure to subscribe, check me out on Instagram, and yeah, thanks for joining me in the B. Bennett archery lane. I appreciate it. Y'all have a merry, happy holiday Christmas time. Bye.